in regard to this recent alleged mass shooting in Virginia Beach, positive change never comes when you throw rules and laws and regulations and government at a problem. As a matter of fact, government can never be the solution to any problem because government is the problem. The way you solve mass shootings and horrific acts of violence is by empowering individuals. If you empower each and every individual, then those individuals will be more prepared when, not if, when acts of violence occur. Because acts of violence are going to occur. You can't stop them. Now, I know what they're going to do with this Virginia Beach thing. They're going to throw this TAPS Act at them. If you wonder what the TAPS Act is, just look on my main channel and look back a couple videos. I go over the entire thing. What the TAPS Act is, it's the Threat Assessment, Prevention, and Safety Program that's being launched by Brian Babin and Dan Crenshaw and all those jokers in Washington, D.C. who are going to try to pass through this TAPS Act. This is a pre-crime bill that assesses threats before they occur, but they're not really assessing threats. They're assessing people, and they're declaring people to be criminals when they haven't even committed a crime, because they believe that you'll commit a crime in the future. That's what they're going to do. Hey, you know how we can solve this Virginia Beach shooting and Columbine and Sandy Hook and Las Vegas? We need to throw the TAP Act at it. We need to throw another rule from Washington's District of Criminals. We need to pile on more regulations. It wasn't enough that this Virginia Beach building was a gun-free zone. Newsflash, you can't get more gun-free than gun-free. It doesn't work. So empowering individuals is how you solve the problem, because when you start making rules and laws and regulations, laws are nothing more, nothing less than the edicts and opinions of politicians backed by the threat of force. And laws serve two main purposes every single time. Number one, it transfers power from individuals to the government. That means the state becomes more powerful. And number two, it generates revenue for state functionaries. And as you can see with this TAPS Act, they're going to set aside more grant money, which means they're going to bleed us of more tax money so they can initiate their government program. And that's how it works, guys. If you want to change this world, you empower individuals. You don't take away their power. And then they get up there behind the podium with all the people lined up behind them, looking all somber. You know, I'd love to see an interview where the journalist says, hey, could you tell us what happened? Well, yeah, I'll tell you what happened. I'll tell you exactly what happened. We heard the gunman come down the hall, and me and a couple of my buddies were armed. We got everybody in our office building in a back corner. We manned the door, and when that sucker came around the corner, we blew his head off. No need for FBI to come in there. No need for the ATF to come in there. No need for hundreds of cruisers to come in and thousands of people standing around with their AR-15s, all these law enforcers out there doing nothing but eating up the clock. No need for any of that. Me and my buddies, we were armed and we were ready, and I suggest you be armed and ready too. Take a training class. Get familiar with your firearm. Go through drills. Practice these things, because they're going to happen, but you're going to be hardened and you're going to be ready for it. The only other alternative is when seconds count, police are only minutes away. So stop trusting in government and start empowering yourselves. Stop trusting that they're going to make another law, another magical regulation that's going to keep us all safe somehow in our... Okay, so what are we going to make? We're going to make signs signs that say gun-free zone, no weapons allowed. We're going to say, this is really, really a gun-free zone now, and we mean it. You better back off. Look at our sign. It's very imposing. It's ridiculous, guys, that we have to get up here shooting after shooting and go, well, there was another incidence of gun violence. There is no such thing as gun violence. It's another euphemism. Another madman saw another soft target because the government made this place a gun-free zone, and he goes, well, I lost my job or whatever it was. Things aren't going right with my family. I don't care if I die, but I'm going to take as many with me as I can. If those targets were hardened, if they were prepared, if they were trained, if they knew the value of carrying a weapon and knew how to use it, it would not be going down like this, guys. It would not be going down. You want to continue trusting government? It's one of the most insane things you could possibly do in your entire life. Oh gosh, I hope my congressman, I hope my senators got Fox News and CNN and ABC and CBS on so that they can see all these things are happening and they can make more laws for us, because I'm quivering in the corner and I can't do anything for myself. It's like, forget that. Gunman's coming down the hall. I'm ready, man. Oh, and then another thing this guy can say in the interview, not only did I have firepower, man, I had 3 high capacity magazines. So in case I missed my first 15 shots, I got another 15 ready and waiting, and my buddies did too. And guess what? If we're going to go down, we're going to go down with a fight, not huddling in a corner, grabbing erasers and pencils and pencil sharpeners and desks and try to throw them at some assailant who's armed. You don't bring a desk to a gunfight. You bring a gun to a gunfight. What are the 2 things that happen every time there's a mass shooting? The victims, as the guy's coming down the hallway going, oh, I wonder what fish in the barrel I'm going to shoot now. They're inside the room praying to God that some good guy with a gun will show up in the nick of time and save us. Why don't you be the good guy with the gun? You're a good guy, aren't you? You're trustworthy, aren't you? Then you can carry a firearm. Arm yourselves. The answer to this is not politicians getting behind podiums with law enforcers in the back going, oh God, the chief of police said this is one of the worst mass shootings in 2019. And what are we going to do? Oh gosh, we got to get with our politicians so we can make more laws. Literal insanity. Literal insanity, guys. I'm infuriated at this because people are acting like they don't have any other choice but to trust the politicians. Our overlords shall save us this time. They've never saved you in the past, and they ain't going to save you in the present, and don't hope that they're going to save you in the future. In the last 100 years alone, 250 million people have died at the hands of a government that they trusted. That's 250 million people dead at the hands of governments, the kind of government that you trust to keep you safe in that school or that federal office building or that post office or whatever gun-free criminal empowerment zone you find yourself in. All right, I got to clock into my wage slave job. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Just a little rant here. I'll see you guys in the next heavily censored shadow banned video. If you enjoy these videos, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification icon, give them a thumbs up, and share them with everybody you know. And remember, the price of freedom is eternal vigilance, and indifference to this notion is the means by which the people will and have secured their own oppression. I'll see you guys in the next video.
If you guys enjoy these videos, be sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification icon, give it a thumbs up, and share it with everybody you know. Also, check out over 100 hard-hitting designs in the shirt store, and if you want to support more content, hit me up on Patreon or PayPal. All those links will be in the description and in the pinned comment. I'll see you guys in the next heavily censored shadow ban video.